Hello Sagittarius, kia ora koutou katoa. Welcome to my YouTube channel and all my Facebook page if you've come across me on Facebook. So and I just want to say thank you to those of you who have subscribed to my YouTube channel and or liked and followed me on my Facebook page. And also I just want to take this opportunity to invite those of you who haven't done that to subscribe and like or follow me, but also especially subscribe to my YouTube channel. So yeah, so I take this opportunity to invite you to do that now. Just saying twice, of course. So putting it right out there. So I'm just feeling like some of you maybe have been in a bit of a position of being not so much too scared to ask, but too scared to put you out, or or being mindful about how you ask it, what you're doing, and that sort of thing. So it's like, or reaching out to somebody to ask a question or put something out there, an idea or a thought or something like that. For some reason, it's like some of you may be holding off on something, and and that. So anyway, I'm just going to go reel myself back a bit again and go back into that intro, and just to remind everybody that these reads, the messages that come through are universal, they're general, so it may or may not resonate with you right now, or if at all. If it does, wonderful. If it doesn't, then just leave what doesn't. It could be something that maybe still yet to unfold. So yeah, so just don't make it fit. But also the other thing is check out what your other signs are, because it might make more sense or bring it together for you if you check out one of them. Which leads me to letting you know about, if you don't know about your other signs, there is a link in the description box below that will take you to a website that has a free calculator on there that will do that for you. You can have a little nosy in there and have a little read, have a little peruse about your other signs. So this is for Sagittarius. This read is for Sagittarius if you're watching for Sagittarius, and it is your sun, moon, rising or Venus sign, okay, for you. Cool. So getting right onto it. So they're kind of like, I've already shuffled these ones, and now it's interesting that I've shuffled the Sacred Oracle deck, Sacred Earth Oracle deck first, which is what I'm using today, and also the Tarot one, my trusty tarot card deck first, because I've been doing it the other way around for all the other signs so far. Anyway, preservation. So there's some sort of preservation that's coming up through there for you, and it's interesting because I usually take these other cards and put them in the deck, but for some reason I forgot. So, but I'm looking at them and it feels right for you as well. So, because I'm thinking, I'm shuffling away there and there's some more cards, and then I'm thinking there are some cards. So anyway, those are for you as well. So friction is the other one. So within this preservation, it's like they're talking about making sure that you are okay. I feel like this is self-preservation, because it's really about ourselves, really. Okay, so I'm drawn to the baby in the womb. So there's something new or something you're noticing about you, okay? A change within you, or they're asking you to go back and have another look, and because this is about self-preservation. So some of you might be like spitting the dummy about something, and it's like, so they're going back, they're asking you to like reel back. Or some of you may be not spitting the dummy when you probably could be. So some of you might be like sucking it up in the sense of self-preservation, when actually you probably need to let that out and take a look at it so you can heal it. So either way, it's about a healing process and about going back to when you were a child, okay? Where I'm going, I actually wasn't going to say that, but it's like I thought it was going somewhere else. But there's two. That's because there's two or three things going on. But going back to when you're a child, okay, and it's like being, and I feel like some of you they're kind of being, like behaving like a child, okay, and there's that with that innocence, but also for some of you it's like that saying is like, at your age, not your shoe size, okay? So there's a two-way thing, which in turn takes you back to that child space. It's like with that innocence and that growing and being mindful about about stuff. So there's something about with ego going on in there as well for some of you, whether it tips the scale to do with you know, letting your head get in the way and behaving badly or inappropriately, but also like in the ego, in the sense that where you tip the scales and you are more going into that space of, you know, self-sabotage and that sort of state with the ego based side way of thinking. So really that's really more going into like a place of not a healthy space of ego. So because ego, there's the shadow side and the light side to everything. Remember that. So ego is not necessarily a bad thing to have, you know, or a bad thing. People, I think people overthink the word ego and they go straight to the preservation side of ego rather than the good side of the preservation of ego. It's like preserving ourselves in the sense of, you know, honoring ourselves, okay, where the balance is with the egos, how they're explaining it, sharing it to explain to you, okay, but also to me too. I've not actually, it's not actually come out that way ever before in their way of explaining it. So that's how they're looking at it. It's like self-preservation and coming back to the heart-centered space at that ego side of you, okay, honoring yourself in your highest intention and the highest consciousness of you, okay, basically. So anyway, then we go reaction, because whatever way you're doing, there's going to create a reaction, not just within you, which creates the action of that reaction of that self-sabotage, but reaction of others around you. So it's kind of making sure that whatever it is that you're doing is, and how you respond is you're not going to hurt yourself and or others, because there is going to be a reaction from that. And it's like for doing things for the greater good of one and all, okay, which goes back to that preservation. Okay, then we have fortitude. So there is something to do with whatever that you've been going through and why you've probably may have been acting like that, or this word, you know, reaction and preservation have come up. Those two is through some sort of a journey that you've been through that has been quite arduous or long, and may have caused some pain, maybe not just physically but emotionally as well, for over a period of time. But you've you know, there's that sense of adversity with it, with a journey that you've been through. So for some of you, and it's like you're getting it, but it's like then there's some sort of friction within you. Going back to this reaction, there could be some friction that could be created. But it's like either way you go, there is going to be some sort of friction. But it's like going back to that self-preservation, that preservation, basically. It's kind of be the key word here for you, and however that means for you. So then we then we've got the word revolution. So revolution, it's like you overcome something or you overthrow something within you, but also with outside of you. It's like standing up and saying, and you know, with passion, with purpose, but with preservation as well. Okay. It's in motivation, moving. So it's kind of like it is all good stuff, but it's kind of, they're just, you know, it's finding that balance in it and remembering to bring yourself back, to review things and have a look at things before you overreact or underreact, depending on what is going on for you. So anyway, we're going to go to the tarot cards now, which I'm just giving a little bit of a shuffle here with them and see what comes up, to, you know, maybe go a little bit deeper and explain that for you a little bit more. I feel like most of you will get that theme now on saying that in whatever way it is. So just remember that these may not be as intense for you as how it's coming out and how I'm explaining it with the same sort of intensity for you. So and that's okay, you know. Oh, that one wants to stay out. and I'm wanting to shuffle it, so, but it's not kind of working that way. Okay, but I'm going to keep that one because it kept wanting to fall out. Okay, the Star is that first card that's fallen, that's come out, that didn't want to go back in. So the Star is there, and she's there, and she's got this water. She's like, I feel like there's this balancing there, and she's, you know, watering the earth, but she's putting some water back into the pond. So it's like feeding, you know, grounding, but feeding both sides, like the earth, like I want to say the earth side and the emotional side and the physical side. Okay, finding that balance in between there. And of course there's hope and inspiration. I feel like with everything, all that's going on, and just remember, you know, to stay in that hope and be inspired by, you know, the future and what the future can hold, but looking around you. Okay, now hang on a minute, we go, so something, there may be a little bit of a block there. So there's something about with the Ace of Swords come through with the old order changes is the theme around the Ace of Swords. So there's something, a way of thinking or being or and doing things, you know, communicating as well. There's like a big thing that's with the swords, it's communication with the air signs. So and asserting your power and communicating your ideas and making decisions. So there may be a little bit of hesitancy with you know, making some decisions at the moment with this old, you know, with the old way of thinking, and that shifting and what does that mean for you, and that sort of thing. So but there's something coming up with it. Let's see. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. So there's something which is facing up. So there's something coming to the end of that. And the Ten of Pentacles is about, you know, the passing of positive traditions. So there's something with it coming up face up. There's, I'm not sure where they're going with that, but there's an abundance there. There's something moving or shifting into that, or letting, you know, there's something that's come to an end in that, and with the 10, it's like at the end of a cycle or the end of a phase, but it's the passing of positive traditions. So whatever that means for you, and it's definitely got something to do, well, with money and, you know, finances and that sort of thing, there, or material possessions, in that sense. So but something in between there with the way that you're thinking or feeling or communicating. It's, I think, I get the feeling it's to do with communicating for some, and asserting your, making decisions and asserting your power, which is basically the key, what is also the key words around the describing what the swords is about. So definitely taking action, okay? But it's like maybe you're in two minds of what that action is and how to take that action with this life challenge, with this challenge, and going forward. But there's something, but I'm going to turn that around because you're going to fix that. You're going to get it as to how the change is going to be in the way that you're thinking. Okay, well, with this passing, with this Ten of Pentacles, that something is coming to an end in that sense. Cool. We'll just see what that's coming up here. Actually, they're being a little bit slow, and shuffled it a little bit, see what comes out. Okay, I'm going to take that one because that's jumping out. Oh, okay, Moon, fluctuation and confusion. So as you know, with the moon cycles, that can bring a little bit of uncertainty here and there with our moods and our thing, but it can also be, you know, give us all the clues that we need, and the energy that we need to shift or move past it. So I do feel like, because they're talking about looking at the reflection of who you are with the moon, okay, in the moon, that's what the moon does. It brings up all this stuff, and it shows up the reflection of who we are and what we probably need to address, whether that be a positive thing or a not so good thing that we're addressing. Either way, it's all good at the end of the day, because it means movement, it means change, it means growth, and, you know, knowledge and wisdom is coming out either way. So it's like, if it's showing up something that you need to work on, then work on it. Okay, because then we have the moon. And this is, keeping in mind, this is for this week. So, but it may, on saying that, it may go through for, you know, the following week, or maybe throughout the rest of the month. So, and yeah, so I'm not sure how your monthly rebuds, but you know, I'm picking that there was some sort of a theme that is connected with that this is coming through. So we had our full moon yesterday here in New Zealand. So which is the 4th of August. So today is the 5th of August that I'm filming this for you, videoing this, recording this. And that, so we've just been through, you know, this full moon phase, so it may have, you know, rocked the boat a little bit. However, there is some, we have the 5 of Cups, which has come out with the 7 of Pentacles. So there's regret and sorrow with the 5 of Cups, but there's also with the 7 of Pentacles is the need to decide. So there's something there to do around that you need to decide about whether you're going to hold on to the past or you're going to move on to the past, whether you're going to let the past, you know, affect the way the future can be. Okay, so because there is a good opportunity here, or there is an opportunity to stay with doing, you know, stay with something that is working, or moving on and making a change. So that could be with financially, as well as also to do with something like that, also energetically wise and emotionally wise, because we have the 5 of Cups with that. So, you know, either way, there's something to do with, you know, emotions and regret and sorrow. So I do feel like there's something that you've worked through, and like there's 2 cups that, and you're walking away from those. It's like you're not going to let that hold you. So there's about with that regret and that sorrow. So I do feel like there's something about that is, you know, not allowing things to hold you back, you know, those emotions to hold you back from deciding where your next move is in life, to do with money, to do with everything. Anyway, abundance and prosperity, obviously, with this card. Because then we have the 6 of Wands. So there's something with the 6 of Wands. It's like, and it's interesting that you know, the card, that when I've got the cards, that the you know, the 7 of Wands is on top of the 5 of Cups. So for me, looking at that, what's making me being aware of that is that it's like you get on top of it, basically, because the following card is the 6 of Wands, which is, you know, about public acclaim and success. So there's something successful that you know, that happens. There's some sort of achievement that comes where you can say, yep, I've done this, we've got this, I've, you know, sorted this stuff out, and put it out there so you can move forward with whatever it is that is going on in your life. Then we have 8 of Wands with action and excitement with the 8 of Wands. So it's something that you've put out there, or you're going to put out there. With the 8 of Wands, it means, you know, like it says here, action and excitement. There's something moving, but you have to make that move. And it's like, I see, like, obviously with this is a bow and the wands, not a bow and arrow, but there's energy and action within those arrows, or those wands that you're putting out there, and for the future with that. Okay, awesome. So it's like, you know, whatever is going on there, it's like moving past that, shifting through it, because I feel like this is what this Ace of Swords is about. A lot of it is about that, you know, like shifting with this. There may be some resistance in this new way of thinking or being, or shift, you know, making whatever is happening in there, or just not letting it get you to bog you down and getting in the way of change. Now, for some of you, there's the Knight of Cups. And that's the Lover's card. So somebody's riding in on their horse in your knight in shining armor. So it could also be that this, you know, there's even with all this going on, it's like bringing, you know, someone, and it's like changing the energy. It's like something I feel like some of you have been waiting for. For some of you, this knight in shining armor could well be somebody who is a water sign. That you may know of, but also it could be the person that's in your life that is, you know, that is the water sign, that may be like a different way, that maybe like there may be a change in the energy of your relationship, that he may or she may, on saying that, but I'm feeling more he may come into your life in the sense that or come back into the relationship. Okay, because I'm actually saying, I want to say he or she, actually. So whether it is your partner, your spouse, or your girlfriend or your boyfriend, there may have been some distance within the relationship, and it's like, and it may be on an emotional level, being with the Knight, with the Cups and that, and feelings. So there's maybe a shift in there where it could be you that's, even though this is a Cups, it might be you that's tapping into your emotional side and making a move towards your partner, into coming back together, a union of some sorts. So in some way, okay. But for others of you, there's maybe somebody that's coming into your life, okay? Your knight in shining armor. I keep hearing that. The lover. And then for some of yous, there's this going on. And not all of yous, with this power and struggles that may be like holding off from that with that coming up. But that's not for all of yous. That's for some of yous, and not allowing yourself to go there. And that's, you know, and if this makes sense to you, because I'm feeling I want to draw the line down there between these two cards for some reason. It's like, some of you have good reason to draw that line, okay? And some of you, it may be that, you know, I'm just hearing, yeah, because I'm bringing that together. There's some of you that it may be that, because I'm drawn to the devil, that may have imprisoned you and overpowered your energy in that sort of sense. So there's two things, because I want to bring it together now, because it came after you. So it's about being mindful about that. So there's something about this, going back to this beginning of this, this about you being you know, taking your power back and being mindful about what it is, the journey that you've been through, and making a decision in that way as well. For some of you, it is just purely, you know, somebody is coming into your life, and it probably, I would say for a lot of you, it may be a Pisces energy that's coming in. And for some of you, it may be a Pisces energy that you are connected to, who is, you know, wanting to come back into the relationship or make that connection, if you're already in a relationship, together again after a period of time of, you know, some sort of emotional turbulence between yous, or for one or the other. Okay, cool. Then others of you, this person here may have been, you know, a lover at some point, but may have been quite dominating over you and not allowing you to be out. So it's maybe you're needing to rethink that. Okay. Whoa. Or look at that and make a decision and figure something out. Cool. Okay. That's pretty cool. So I just want to say, and I just want to finish off with a card from the Energy Oracle deck, which is this one here. And see what comes up. Okay, cool. Man holding a coin. Okay, so I feel like that is probably this Knight of Cups. And that's going here, that's coming through here. The 4 and the 7. So 4 is about grounding, 3 is about balance, okay? Then we have Angel of Strength. So there's something in there where some of you, well, I've obviously, you know, if with her coming out, with the Angel of Strength, maybe needing a little bit of strength. And of course I call on her with that. 5 is about energy. And it's about seeing everything as energy and vibration. So it's like what you allow in, you know, it's like, there's something new about the way that you see energy, feel energy, as, you know, and because the 0 is about the God force energy, basically. And it's about going back to the beginning of a new phase, or the next cycle of something, or it could be something new, you know, that's coming through. With energetically wise with you. Okay, cool. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. And our guides, or my guides and helpers, and my spiritual team, actually, we're going to leave it there with lots of love, peace, harmony, and joy, excitement and adventure. And we shall see you next Wednesday you know, and see what unfolds from here through for you, that follows on. Anyway, bye for now. God bless you. God protect you.